Every journey begins with a challenge. This is the story of two parents, a child with autism, and a journey that changed lives.
1, 2, go.
My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Muhammad Ali. I am 25 years old. I have autism and tuberous sclerosis.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Ali bin Dawood. I'm Ashraf's father.
Okay, my name is Faraliza Zainal. I'm Ashraf's mom.
I was introduced to her by her cousin. We had a very short,
Dating days. Courtship days.
about three weeks exactly actually. And then I proposed, she agreed. 6 months later, we got married. In the process of getting to know each other, we had Ashraf. Ashraf has a condition. It's new to everyone. A lot of people doesn't know what is autism about in the early 2000s. Being the head of the family, the dad, I think experiencing this is totally new. I didn't expect this would happen, when we had a child. You always wish that everything is normal. And this is like a big tidal wave hitting you and your feelings, your emotions. Here you are,
Ashraf started school 18 months. 18 months, he was doing fine. Only late in the kindergarten 1, he had the issue of whereby they had a fight with his friend. That's where we discovered that, he has autism. And then after we stopped a year, before he go to kindergarten 2, we stopped for a year just to get him to go through a lot of intervention before he can even go to kindergarten 2. So kindergarten 2 he was fine. Then he being assessed by the psychologist, and he was able to go to primary 1 in a mainstream setting. He was doing fine in terms of academic, but of course in terms of socializing with friends, he's a bit awkward lah. He's always in his own world, not doing like eating in the canteen himself, just sit one corner on his own and so on. Then primary 3, that was when he was being bullied. At that point, he didn't know how to fight back. So he was doing art and craft, and then 2 or 3 of his classmates actually took a bucket of water and then threw at him. And that was when he didn't do anything. I think he was shocked. Like, why is this happening when I didn't even disturb anyone? They kicked his bag, they stole his money. That was at the mainstream setting. At the religious school was even worse, because he went to a weekend program to learn religion, Islamic. Then the sister was in the class as well. So every time when they came back from the religious class, the sister was telling us that, Abang, people keep teasing Abang. They call him gila. He didn't do anything. He was on his own, like going under the table. Sometimes he disrupt the class, clapping hard. So I think his sister felt it and tell us that I think best not to send him. 2 things was happening. In a mainstream setting, he was bullied, and then there is even a teacher who actually told him that you are stupid. When we put him in the private school, then the first thing when the principal held his hand, he looked up to his sister, are you going to call me stupid as well? Yeah, so the principal was telling me maybe that was a trauma that he had. That was really it's really very sad as parents that that you don't want your child to be called this way, because it affects the child.
You don't want to be helped because you know that is not the answer, But you can't even say no because they are your uncles, your aunties, your friends, relatives who comes in, who look at him and keep telling, your son is being possessed, your son is being... But actually, he just has autism. I decided to stop accepting anyone's advice and just focus on make sure that my wife is okay. We need to move forward and take action in the correct way.
Before we left for Hajj in 2010-11, I told myself that if really that having opening up a madrasa is good for Ashraf, make it easier for us as a couple. So before we went to Hajj, we actually met a few asatiza, but even then they are not ready. Then when I came back from Hajj, a week later, the ustazah that we met called me and said, okay, I'm ready now. MashaAllah. So that's the sign that, okay, we shall go ahead. Yeah, so we opened up MIJ, the weekend program first in 2011, July, and next building at Sultan Mosque, because that's the only mosque that believe in our intention that kids with special needs can learn.
We spoke to our friend. I happen to know a journalist, Farid Hamzah. We are building this school. Maybe you can write about it.
People start calling. So from 15 students in a small room at the Sultan Mosque Annex building, every year the numbers increase. We're trying to build. At the same time, we have people coming from the less fortunate family. Hey, I'm not the only one who struggle. There's a lot out there. So I know that I'm not the only one. There's a lot more out there struggling, and that is how the support comes in, and that makes me give me the confidence that what we are doing is the right thing that we're doing. Yeah. So people telling me about single parents, for example. I don't have any more husband. I'm the only one that taking care of my kid, and I got a sibling. So we decided that there's no closed door policy because we are caregivers ourselves. We know that if that helps the family as a whole, as a dynamic to be a dynamic family, then why not? We just accept the parents.
There was a lot of limitations of what we can help, what we can do. Money was a struggle there.
We decided that okay, we better sell our house lah. We have more money to actually spend on opening up school.
It goes to 80, 120, 150, and then we have to move to another bigger space.
I think in total we move about 4 times.
Yes, so to our current place.
So after 2 years, 2011, 2013 or 14, we start to do the adult program on the daily basis, also vocational.
The first 2 years was we did a religious class. Before they finished the certificate, we decided that religion itself doesn't really...
Not sufficient.
We started the course called Work Readiness Adult Program.
So we're focusing on like food and beverage, inventory skills, focus on independent skill, because sometimes they are not able to be employed, but at least they know how to dress themselves.
After a while, we also opened up to non-Muslims to join the school. The limited number of institutions or places they can go out and learn.
When caregivers come to me and say that they are willing to share what are their struggles, what can we as caregivers do to help our children in the future and so on and so forth. So that really made me feel very grateful and keeps me going.
My vision of MIJ is to have a village where the whole ecosystem is about taking care of these kids or this special group of people. When they grow up, it's a home where they can live, stay, they sleep there, people taking care of it. And then maybe you go down the lower floor where they have a working environment, where we have a small business and they do the jobs down there. And then at the lower floor is where the school is, and
cafe.
Right at the bottom is where all the end products where they sell, whether it's art and craft, whether it's a cafe, food and everything. The worry that we have is always what's going to happen when we are no longer around. That is why we keep on going this journey with MIJ and trying to put in more things, more ways on how we educate these kids, primarily to be independent when they grow up, when they become adult, when they go into adulthood. Maybe more of how they're going to cope with themselves, their emotions when their main caregiver are no longer around. If he ever watches this in 10, 20 years, I guess I would say thank you. At the moment, I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people taking care of him because God always has plans for him.
Yes, there are times I'm very angry because I cannot handle him because of his character. Like, I don't understand him. I just want to tell him that he's my best teacher. He has taught us a lot in life about empathy, about being patient, about having the resilience, perseverance. He's not able to express it. So, thank you, Ashraf, for being our best teacher. Okay?
you.